Good morning, my fellow frugal, parsimonious, thrifty patriots. Let's take a look at this story from NBC. G7 leaders pledge over 1 billion coronavirus vaccine doses for poorer nations. It's the subheadline, though, that tells the real story. The group agreed to take a harder line against China, and Uncle Joe hailed Sunday as a return of American leadership on the world stage. Now, why do you think America was hailed as a world leader once again? He doesn't even appear to be leading in this walk. In fact, Boris's wife seems to know where she wants to go. She's pulling little old Boris along. He's in second place. Uncle Joe is in third. The poor old man, he can't keep up no matter how hard he tries. His wife right next to him, she's pacing herself. You can see she's walking much slower than he is so that she doesn't outdistance her husband. What do you think they're talking about right here? Do you think Boris is begging for money? Now, let's take a look at the story. London. The leaders of the world's 7 richest nations agreed to donate 1 billion coronavirus vaccine doses to poorer countries over the next year and take a harder line against China, which Uncle Joe hailed Sunday as a return of American leadership on the world stage. And what does he consider American leadership? Let's go to the third paragraph. There was a clear consensus among the other leaders that commitments they made to donate vaccines wouldn't be the end, he said, adding that the U.S. would be responsible for around half of the 1 billion doses, or around 500 million. That's right. They want the U.S. to take the lead in paying for shit again. This is much different than President Trump did at his G7 summit meetings. Let's take a look, though, at the cost of this stuff. I've gone to the Motley Fool. As you can see, the headline reads, "Here's how much each coronavirus vaccine will cost." Now, if you got a Pfizer shot, it says that one dose will cost you $19.50. For Moderna, they estimate the cost at between $25 to $37 a dose. AstraZeneca is the cheapest at $6 to $8 a dose. Johnson & Johnson comes in at, they say, perhaps $10 a dose. Let's go with Johnson & Johnson. It's one of the cheapest, and I hope Uncle Joe, when he's giving away these doses, he at least uses an American source to give some American companies some business. Now, let's say he buys from Johnson & Johnson the whole 500 million doses. If it's $10 a dose that the fool says it is, well, we're talking $5 billion that the U.S. is going to shell out. Let's go to one last news source. This is from the Business Insider. Take a look at this headline. The family photo of world leaders from Biden's first G7 summit is noticeably different from the one from Trump's first G7. Indeed it is. As you can see, the people are much closer together, making them appear larger. President Trump looks larger than life as he was the tallest one there. Everybody is looking in his direction. After all, this story even goes on to say, well, he took a golf cart to this photo opportunity and he was a little bit late, so they had to wait around for him. On top of that, it was at this summit that he refused to sign the climate declaration. He told them to go and shove it. And still, as you can see from that picture, everybody is staring at him. He's saying, yes, if you want a dick measuring contest, look at mine. It's huge. Meanwhile, at Biden's summit, everybody is in their own little world. They're looking ahead. They're looking at the camera. There's no one there of significance to look at. President Trump proudly led the U.S., saying that he would only consider the U.S. first, and he told all other countries to do the same. Consider your own nations first. Everybody is looking at him in his photo. Nobody is looking at Uncle Joe in that bottom photo. Yeah, I think this family photo pretty much tells the story.